You ask about them. Everyone asks about them. The query is logged more frequently than any other in the Civilian Research Index. Who built this? Who made us what we are? Who turned a species that had barely left its home gravity well into something measured, ranked, and slotted into a framework older than its oldest language? Here is what is known. An ancient civilization, designation unknown, origin unknown, constructed a network of installations across charted space. Some are active, broadcasting the signal that rewrites biology on contact. Some are dormant, structurally intact but silent. Some are dead. The installation on Cantos 4 activated approximately 100 years ago and delivered what you now call the integration to every sentient mind within range. No warning, no permission, no opt-out. The Vathari received theirs 6 centuries earlier from a paired installation in their home system. They had 600 years to build a civilization around the system before humanity received its first notification. That is fact. What follows is interpretation. The ruins tell a story if you read them carefully. The dead installation at Alpha Centauri gave humanity its jump drives, reverse-engineered from structure, not instruction. The crumbled spire on Veth-9 gave us nothing at all except confirmation that the architects had been where we were going, long before we arrived. The subsurface chamber beneath their lost station remains, after decades of study, officially inconclusive. And then there is the Lattice of Echoes, a fractal megastructure nearly 3,500 kilometers across, suspended in stellar orbit in the Marath system. No signal, no activation potential, no apparent function. The leading theories, transmission antenna, ascension mechanism, incomplete construction, are 3 ways of saying we do not know. The research analyst Nalath Korin examined the system's architecture with uncommon precision in her work catalogued in infrastructure. Her conclusion was unsettling in its clarity. Every core attribute, signal, frame, drive, lattice, echo, flux, carries primary or substantial combat utility. None measure creativity. None measure diplomacy. None measure knowledge for its own sake. The civilian applications that make the system tolerable were not the optimization target. The system was built to make populations combat ready. Whatever the architects feared, they feared it enough to engineer conscription infrastructure on a galactic scale and disguise it as civilization. They are gone now. Whether that means dead, departed, ascended, or watching through channels we cannot detect is a question without an answer. The installations run without them. The system assigns without them. The measurements continue, indifferent to the absence of whoever calibrated them. What remains is the work they left behind, and the open question of what it was meant to prepare us for. The architect reading skill exists in the system registry. It is rare enough to be academically invisible, but it is there. The system catalogues a skill for understanding its own origins, and then makes that skill nearly impossible to obtain. Draw your own conclusions. You've been listening to The Integration Era, Stories by Charlie Follett. All content is copyright 2026 by Charlie Follett, all rights reserved. Voices produced by Speechify. New stories, world-building deep dives, character dossiers, and more are available now at integrationera.com. Subscribe to get notified when the next story drops. The system is watching. You might as well keep up.